In English language, anything, whether clothes, books, people, anything more than one, we collectively call a name. They have a group name, and that we call it collective name. So, we have what we are going to do now is a collective noun. Some of the things, rather most of the things, more than one item, number of items together, we give it a name, and that's what we are going to do now. We are going to do collective nouns. Okay. Now, for example, when you talk about fish in the, when you are talking about fish, there are all kinds of fish, big fish, small fish. But when you say, when you see a large number of fish, instead of counting them all, we say school of fish. That's a collective noun used when you want to say a large number of fish. We say school of fish. Alright. So, when you talk about fish, you say school. Say school of fish. So, the collective noun used for the fish, school. Okay, let us talk about book. When you talk about book, where do you go to read in your school? Library. So, you say library is the name, a collective name, noun given for all the books put there together. So, when you talk about book, the collective noun name is library. Library of books is a school of fish. Library of books. Then we have, let's talk about when we say the word herd. H-E-R-D. Where do we use? For what kind of thing or animal or bird? Where do we use this herd? Yes, we say herd of cows. Very good. And what else? Cows and cattle. Herd of cattle. So, when we say fish, we say school of fish. When you say library, we say library of books. When we say herd, we use it herd of cows or herd of cattle. Then supposing we have bale. Where do we use this? Bale. What is bale used for? Huge amounts of what? Wool. Yes. So, we say bales or bale of wool or bale of hay. Large bundles of hay, large bundles of wool are put together in a cart. You will say, oh, here is a bale of hay or bale of wool. Then next one, let's talk about flock. Where do we use a flock of? Where do we use this flock? What group word? What is that? Sheep. Flock of sheep or something that flies in the sky. Flock of birds. Very good. A flock of birds. A flock of sheep. Let's look at it very carefully. School of fish. I love to watch a school of fish. I went to the library. I love to be in the library. So, you say library of books. Herd of cattle and cows. The farmer was taking his herd of cows to the shed. The farmer was taking the herd of cattle to the shelter or to graze. So you can see two things here. The farmer was guiding a herd of cattle to graze. A farmer was collecting the herd of cows to the shed. Then a bale of wool. A bale of wool was carted into the van. Then you can say a bale of hay was bundled into a cart. I saw a flock of birds flying past the beautiful sky. You can say the shepherd was leading his flock of sheep to the pen. A farmer was getting his flock of sheep ready for grazing. Okay, now let us say, now when you say the word crew, where do we use this? Where is the word crew? Crew of. Where is it used? Crew, very good. Crew of sailors. Sailors. The people go in the ship, a sailor. The sailors, a number of sailors together, you say crew of sailors. In a ship, normally there will be a crew of 20 to 25, a crew of sailors. Then, where do we use this word litter? Litter is used, a litter of. A litter of, where do we use that? A litter of pups or kittens. A litter of pups, puppies or kittens. Puppies and kittens, the dogs and the cat, they get number of babies, 4, 5, 6. So we will say, now my puppy, my dog has got a litter of 7 pups. My cat's got a litter of 6 kittens. So you can say pups and kittens, we use litter. Then pack. Where do we use this word pack? Pack off. What is it? Pack off. Cards. We use pack. We use it a pack of cards. We can also say, I saw a pack of wolves in the forest. So you'll also say for the wolves. A pack of wolves was howling in the forest. I lost my pack of cards. Then we have panel. Where do we use this panel? Panel of. Panel of judges. Panel of doctors. Panel of doctors. You say, was a panel of doctors trying to treat some patients. A panel of judges. Panel of judges, what they do? They came to give away, judge, to give away the prizes. Okay. So you have pack of cards, panel of doctors. Now, where do we use the collective noun? Bunch. In what form? Bunch is used where? Bunch of, very good, grapes. Bunch of grapes. I love to eat bunches of grapes. You can also say grapes and one more, bunch of flowers. Flowers. Get me a bunch of flowers to give it to the chief guest. Bunch of grapes were hanging in the vineyard, but it was not ripe. Okay? String. Now, there's another word here. Where do we use the string? String. Where do we use the string? String of pearls. String of beads. String of beads. String of beads. String of pearls. pearls. You thread up all the beads together. You will say, I have 5 strings of beads. Do you want it? I have a string of beautiful pearl to wear it on my neck. So, you must learn to make sentences also. Now, let's look at this one, fleet. Where do we use fleet? Fleet of. Crew of sailors, fleet of cars, fleet of cars. I saw a fleet of cars flying past with some VIPs. We can also say, I was watching the fleet of ships, a fleet of ships at the beach, fleet of ships. Then you have clump. Where do we use this word clump? Clump of. Number of something put together. What is that? Trees. Clump of trees. Number of trees in a yard. Will say, my, look at that clump of trees. You can also say clump of bushes. I could not look at the birds because there was a clump of trees beyond the hill. There was a clump of bushes, a clump of beautiful, colorful bushes down the valley. Alright. Then, next one. We have here shoal. We say school of fish, but we can also say a shoal of fish. We can also say another word is shoal. You can say school of fish or shoal of fish. Then we have some more here. We will do this orally and then we will go through that some more again. When you say a collective noun for fish, when you say number of fish together, there is a name together and that is called collective. The collective noun for a fish in large numbers, we say shoal of fish, school of fish. When there is a place with lots of books, the collective noun for it is library. When you see number of cows or herd together, you say herd of cows, herd of cattle. When you see bundles of hay or wool, we say bale of wool or bale of hay. When you see a large number of sheep or a bird, we will say a flock of birds, a flock of sheep. The sailors normally go in a crew, number of sailors together. When they go in a ship, we say crew of ships. Then we say our dogs and our puppies. When they give birth in large numbers, we say my dog littered 7 pups. My kitten littered 6 kittens. Now, in cards and wolves, we use the collective noun pack. I had 5 pack of cards, but they are all lost. I watched a pack of wolves howling in the forest. When the number of doctors or the judges sit down for some work, we say there was a panel of doctors at the hospital checking the patient. There was a panel of judges to decide whether judgment was proper. In bunches, when we say flowers or grapes, we say use the collective noun bunch. Bunch of grapes, bunch of flowers. Then when we put together the beads, when we thread the beads and we put them in long strings of, we say string of pearls or string of beads. Then when we see a large number of cars together, ship together, we say a fleet of cars flew past with the VIPs. Ships, I watched a fleet of ships at the beach. Clump, we say clump for number of trees or number of bushes. We say clump of bushes and clump of trees, and we have some more to do. We are going to do some more group names, that is collective nouns for number of things. We already said fish. When you say fish, what is the group name, collective name? school of fish. But another word is shoal. Shoal of fish. One group of fish. We say school of fish, shoal of fish. Then tuft. Tuft. Tuft of grass. Nice big patches of grass. We say tuft of grass. Then where do we use this? Army. Army of. Where do we use this group name? Collective name, army of ants. Very good. Army of ants. Where else we use the army? Army of soldiers. Army of soldiers. Then we say class. Where do we use this word class of? Class of pupils. Class of students. Pupils, class of students. Then where do we use this band? A band of. A band of musicians. Yes. Music people, musicians. Band of musicians. Then where do we use this word quiver? Quiver. Where does this word quiver of use? This collective noun used for arrow. Quiver of arrows. Quiver of arrows. So quite a number we have done. Okay. Then where do we use this coven? Coven of witches. Witches. And a number of witches flying past. Then we will say here is a coven of witches. And let's look at it very carefully. We have done whole lot of totally 20 collective nouns for various things. Now, shoal of fish. Another one, school of fish. Tuft of grass. Army of ants. The army. An army of ants ate up my toast. Okay? An army of soldiers marched past briskly. A class of pupils. This class of pupils were most disciplined one. A class of students went away without writing test. Band of, a band of musicians entertained the guest. Quiver, get me a quiver of arrows. Number of arrows in a quiver, you say a quiver of arrows. Coven, a coven of witches. Number of witches. I saw a coven of witches fly past on a broomstick. Alright, so now let's go through all the 20 collective nouns that we have learned and learn to use it in a sentence. Now you can help me with some collective nouns. You tell me, I'll just do some words here and you help me to fill up with the correct collective nouns. A dash of pencils. To a dash of trees. A dash of cars. Reflect on what we have done and you tell me what collective noun we are going to use. A dash of bricks. Bricks. Next, a dash of flats or dash of stairs. a dash of stairs. Then you have a dash of flats. Then you have a dash of roses. Then you have a dash of thread. Then we have a dash of furniture. And finally we have a dash of cards. Alright. Now, the first one we have a dash of pencils. What do you say? A bundle of pencils. Yes, very good. You say, I have 5 bundles of pencils. Bundle of pencils. Then of trees. What do you say for the trees? A grove of trees. Or you can also say a clump of trees. 2 words are there. Clump of trees or grove of trees. I walked through a grove of trees. I ran past a clump of trees. Learn to frame sentences. Cars. For cars, what do you say? Fleet. I saw a fleet of 12 red cars. I saw a fleet of 12 red cars. Okay, bricks. For bricks, what would you say? Stack. They keep it like that, no? Say a stack of bricks. A stack of bricks. I counted 12 stacks of bricks brought for the building. Then your stairs. When you say stairs, we say flight. Flight of stairs. How many flights of stairs can you climb? Or I climbed a flight of stairs numbering 35. I mean, there were 35 steps. There were 35. I climbed a flight of stairs numbering 35. Then you have flats here. Now, when you say flat, you say block of flats. There will be A, B, C blocks, no? Block of flats. Now, we are talking about roses. A dash of roses. A bouquet of roses. Bouquet. Bouquet of roses. Thread. When you have bundles of thread, what will you say? Skein of thread. Get me a number of skein of threads. Here are 5 skeins of thread rolls. Then you have furniture. When you say furniture, get me a suit of furniture. You say, I bought a suit of furniture for my new house. Then when you say cards, you say, I would like to have a pack of cards. I prefer to get 3 packs of cards, a pack of cards. Very good. You filled it up very nicely, isn't it? Now, what are the fill-ups you did? Bundle. For where is the bundle used? A bundle of pencils. Very good. A grove of trees or a clump of trees. A fleet of cars. A stack of bricks. A flight of stairway. A block of flats. A bouquet of flowers. A skein of thread, a suit of furniture, and a pack of cards. Now I have some nouns here and I have also the collective nouns. So you need to do some matching to find where what goes. Okay. So you will help me now to do the matching of each collective noun with the correct nouns. Okay. First we have here Coven. When you say Coven, that collective noun, what do we use it with? Coven of witches. A coven of witches. I saw a coven of witches fly past on broomstick. Yes. So coven is for the witches. Coven of witches. How do you say? Coven. We were frightened when we saw a coven of witches flying past on a broomstick. Carillon. When you say carillon, you talk about bells. Carillon of bells. The church. Number of bells together is a carillon. I heard the carillon of bells far away in the church. Then we have caravan. When we say caravan, we normally talk about, we saw a caravan of merchants go in a caravan. So we saw a caravan of merchants moving past by or moving to the hillside. We saw a caravan of merchants moving toward the hillside. Okay. Orchestra. When you talk about orchestra, we are talking about musicians. We are talking about musicians. Normally, we talk about orchestra. There was an awesome orchestra of musicians that entertained the guests at the wedding. Okay. Then we have here orchard. When you say orchard, we mean fruit trees. We were thrilled to go into an orchard full of lovely apples hanging on. We saw an orchard of fruit trees in the garden or orchard of fruit trees in a farmyard. Now look at all the matching we have done of the collective noun and the nouns. A coven. When we say witches, we say a coven of witches. Carillon of bells, caravan of merchants, and orchestra of musicians, and orchard of fruit trees. Now we'll do some fill in the blanks. I'll give you the collective name, nouns. You put up whether things or animals or whatever, you give me those. Alright. So we are doing a small fill in the blanks. I give you the collective name, noun for it. Okay, a drove of, and you have to find the word. So keep thinking. A nest of, dash, a flock of. Some are repeated, some are not there. Okay, a flock of. Next we have a chest of, a chest of. Then we have a clump of, then a library of, and you find the words for it. Then we have a pack of. And you're going to find suitable things or words or whatever you have to find. Then next we have a shoal of or a school of. A pride of, which we didn't do. Think about it. A pride of. A galaxy of. A galaxy. A galaxy of. Next we have a skein of. A Then we have a bouquet of. Then we have a swarm of. A swarm of. And finally we have a gaggle of. A gaggle of. Now we have a whole lot of collective nouns here, and you are going to help me to fill it up. When we say a drove of oxen, very good, a drove of oxen. A drove of oxens. Okay, a nest of ants, not bird's nest, a nest of ants. Then we can say a flock of, yes, very good, birds. A flock of birds. Then you say a chest of drawers. A chest of drawers. A clump of trees. A clump of bushes. Trees or bushes. A library of, very good, books. That's very easy. And then a pack of cards. Pack of cards or pack of wolves. Look at it very carefully. Have you done correctly? A drove of oxen, a nest of ants, a flock of birds, a chest of drawers, a clump of trees, a library of books, and a pack of cards or a pack of wolves. Now we have here a school of fish. School of fish. Next one we have a pride of lions. A pride of lion. A galaxy of stars. A galaxy of stars. You look at the heaven and say, wow, look at the galaxy of stars. Then we have a skein of yarn. A skein of yarns. A bouquet of flowers. A bouquet of flowers. A swarm of bees. A swarm of bees. And a gaggle of geese. A gaggle of geese. It's not enough to know, but we also need to frame sentence. We must learn to use it in our speaking. That's how we remember the collective noun. Now, a drove of oxen. A farmer had a drove of oxen in his farmyard. A nest of ants. Mama found a nest of ants in the mattress, in the bedroom. Fine. A flock of birds. Sam loves to watch the flock of birds as they fly past at the sunset. A chest of drawers. The chest of drawers was broken and we couldn't put things inside. Clump of trees. You can say either trees or clump of bushes. A clump of trees. We ran past a clump of trees. We jumped over a clump of bushes. Library. Children loved to be in a library of books. A pack of cards. Daddy bought me 2 packs of cards and Sam was terrified watching the pack of wolves howling in the forest. Alright, when you say fish, we say a shoal of or a school of fish. A shoal of fish or a school of fish. Keeping a school of fish in the house in a fish tank is gorgeous. A pride of lion in the forest always frightens people. Watching a galaxy of stars at night is really wonderful. Get me a skein of yarn. Please get me a skein of yarn. Bouquet. A bouquet of flowers was prepared for the chief guest. A swarm of bees had made a nest in our drawing room. A swarm of bees. A gaggle of geese. Peter said, "Wow, I can hear a gaggle of geese down the garden." So learn to frame sentences with the collective noun that we have learned right now. Now we have a lovely exercise for us to remember the collective noun used for what. So we have here across, you find the answer, and down we have few. Now let's look at the first one we have here is a group of, number of ships together. What do you call that? Fleet. Here you have F-L-E-E-T, a group of number 1. A group of ships, you call it fleet. Second, we have a group of fish, that is school. Yes, number 2. School of fish or shoal of fish. Third one, we have a length of thread. Length of thread, they measured in, we call it a skein of thread. S-K-E-I-N, a skein of thread. Then we have a group of lines. Very good. Pride. Where is that pride? The group of number 4. You have a pride of lines. Very good. And the next we have is a group of soldiers. You say a company of soldiers. Number 5. Company. Then we have sailors. A group of sailors, we say a crew of sailors. Number 7. Alright. A group of birds. Where is the group of birds? A covey. Covey of birds. Number 6. Covey. Covey of birds. Okay. Now let's look at all the 7. A group of ship. Fleet. A group of fish. School. A length of thread. A skein of thread. A group of lines. Pride of lines. A group of soldiers. A company of soldiers. A group of birds, a covey of birds, and group of sailors, a crew of sailors. Now let's look downward. Downward, what do we have? A group of sheep. A group of sheep, and that we will say flock. Here you have a group of, that is number 8. This is number 8. Flock of sheep. A flock of sheep. Then you have a dash of paper. A dash of paper, that is a stack. A stack of paper, S-T-A-C-K, stack, that is number 9. Number 9, a stack, S-T-A-C-K, a stack of paper. 10th one, you have a group of puppies. You say a litter of puppies. 10th one, you say a litter of puppies or litter of kittens. Then we have a group of geese. A group of geese, you say a gaggle of geese. Number 11, you have a gaggle of geese. Then we have a collection of books. Then that is a library. You say a library of books. A group of oxen. A group of oxen, we say number 11, a group of oxen, we say a drove of oxen. Number 13, a drove of oxen. Then group of oxen, we name them drove. A group of witches, witches we say a coven. Number 14, a coven of witches. Let's look at all the collective nouns that we have found from the box. Let's see, look at it once again. A group of ship, we call it fleet. A group of fish, we say school. A group of thread, we say a skein of thread. A group of lion, we say pride of lion. A group of soldiers, we say a company of soldiers. Then we have a group of birds, you say a covey of birds. And then we have a group of sailors, we say a crew of sailors. And then we have downward, we have a group of sheep, a flock, we say a flock of sheep. A stack of paper, we say a stack of paper, a stack of paper. A group of puppies, we'll say a litter of puppies. And then you have a group of geese, a gaggle of geese. A collection of books, a library of books. A group of oxen, we say a drove of oxen. And lastly, you have a group of witches, a coven of witches.